Asura, join us. Should we work together, we could more effectively exterminate the golems. Trust me.
How strong is Wyzen? Biography. Wyzen is one of 8 guardian generals for the Shinkoku army. He along with 6 other generals were to overthrow the emperor of Shinkoku to enact the Great Rebirth. No longer known as a guardian general, but as one of the 7 deities. His character is mostly that of a loyal soldier, and while he did betray Asura, like the other deities, he also tried to have Asura join them, as shown in the previous scene. He is massively older than 12,000 years, because it's been stated that 12,000 years was nothing to demigods like themselves. Being the first demigod to die, we don't get much more, but he has likely been a military general for his entire life. In my very first Asura's Wrath video, I purposefully lowballed the power of base Asura at the start of the game, and Wyzen. In this video, I'm going to give Wyzen the credit he should get. At the start of the game, Wyzen one-punched the second largest Goma in the game, the Goma carrier. These are massive, with a length between 1.5 and 6 kilometers, and a width diameter of 200 meters. Using the 6 kilometers length, we get a cone volume of 251,327,412 meters cubed. Using the 1.5 kilometers for the low end, we get 62,831,853 meters cubed. While previously, I used the low end to lowball Wyzen. Here I'm not going to do so, and, in fact, it makes sense for him to be able to one-shot even the largest Goma carriers. Coming out of the earth like a volcanic rock, I used the density of granite, at 2,750 kilograms per meter cubed, which isn't much denser than the average rock, at 2,000 kilograms per meter cubed to 2,600 kilograms per meter cubed. This gives the Goma carrier a mass of 691,150,384 tons. Now, the Goma carrier can travel from surface to some part of space. To travel this fast, they need a minimum speed of escape velocity at 11.2 kilometers per second. This gives a kinetic energy of 43,348,952,071,293,403,022 joules, or 10,360 megatons. This is island-level attack potency. Now, there is a 12,000-year time skip, where characters like Yasha and August get stronger. However, it's difficult to say how much stronger Wyzen got. He seems to attribute it to just his transformation, which I doubt, but I guess I'm still lowballing him. We know this from him talking about his new heights. Looking at his transformations, we see that he has 2. The first, Vajra Weizen, making him look to be the size of a mountain. The second, Ganga Weizen, is much larger, and needs no real description. Looking at Vajra Weizen, we see that despite his size increase, he's still as fast as Asura. Meaning the proportionality of his size increase is equal to the proportionality of his power increase. How much bigger is Vajra Weizen? Well, being a game, the size does change a bit between cutscenes. I think this scene is the best to use, where Asura is right next to Weizen's fingernail. Scaling the nail to Weizen's body, and using Asura's official height of 198 centimeters. We see that he is about 63 times bigger. I expected more, personally, but I guess not. Now, 63 here is the scale factor for his size. Remember, it's his volume that has increased. This means he is 251,446 times more massive, and therefore stronger. This makes his attack potency about 11 septillion joules, or 2,605,143,503 megatons of TNT, or large country level. Let's move on to Ganga Weizen. Like Vajra Weizen, we need to scale his size. Luckily is far easier, as we have Earth for our comparison. Like his previous form, it's smaller than you think. Now, most of his body is off-screen, but it's only 2/3 of the Earth's diameter, at 4,246,333 times larger. This makes his volumetric, or attack potency boost, from his base form, a massive 76.6 quintillion times boost. This gives him an attack potency of 3.319 times 10 to the 39 joules, which is dwarf star level, at 6% of our own star. We can also do this with lifting strength. In this scene, Asura lifts and throws a large goma. Comparing it with a goldfish, it should weigh about 293,240 tons, or about 0.04% of the goma carrier. Vajra Weizen is 63 cubed times stronger, making him lift 73,323,877,253 tons. Ganga Weizen is 4,246,333 cubed times stronger, making him lift 2.245 times 10 to the 28 kilograms, or nearly 12 times the mass of Jupiter. Now, you may not like dwarf star level for Weizen attack potency, or large planetary for lifting, so I have a visual scale for you to help. In base, Weizen destroys a goma that looks like this in comparison. I didn't tell you, but I actually also made Jupiter appear at the same time. That's how big Jupiter would look in comparison to that goma, if the goma was enlarged like Ganga Weizen. The sun looks like this. Please don't misinterpret this. I'm not saying that's how big the goma is. I'm saying, if the goma was scaled up, like Weizen, in his final form, it would be that big. As said before, their actual size is only 6 kilometers. Now for speed. In my original Asura Wrath video, I used this scene, which when scaled to the goma's 11.2 kilometers per second, Asura was moving 30 kilometers per second. However, looking back on it, there are moments, characters move much faster in the intro. In this scene, 3 orbs of light, Weizen being one of them, moves so fast that the goma look frozen. Asura has a better example. He does 48 punches before the top of the goma explodes, which is normally at 30 kilometers per second. making his speed 1,440 kilometers per second. While his attack potency, scaled up, with his volumetric increase, his speed is only the linear increase. This means Vajra Weizen is 63 times faster at 90,720 kilometers per second, or about 30% the speed of light. Ganga Weizen would be 4,246,333 times faster, or 6,114,720 kilometers per second, or 20,396.5 times the speed of light. Let's look at abilities. Wyzen has energy projection abilities, firing bolts of energy, presumably mantra. He can also absorb souls, and convert them into mantra, making him stronger. His Ganga Weizen form is him using the mantra reactor in him. Also, while we don't see Wyzen himself do it, he might be able to absorb the souls of others by ripping them out of their body. This is a possibility, because Sergei, a lesser demigod, was able to do it to an entire city. Also, in terms of equipment, Wyzen has a small army Warth. He owns a fully loaded septentrion ship that has about a dozen city-level cannons, as well as a small army consisting of superhuman shinkoku soldiers. Sadly, it's an older version, so it lacks the better weaponry of later versions. Attack potency. Base, island level. Vajra Weizen, large country level. Ganga Weizen, dwarf star level. Lifting strength. Base, 290,000 tons. Vajra Weizen, 73 billion tons. Ganga Weizen, 12 times Jupiter. Speed. Base, 0.48% light speed. Vajra Weizen, 30% light speed. Ganga Weizen, 20,000 times light speed. Ability. Energy projections. Converting souls to mantra. Absorbing mantra. Possibly able to rip out souls. Equipment. One older model septentrion, fully loaded, with an army of superhumans. Thank you for watching. How strong is Palpatine? Infinite Zamasu versus Eternity. How strong is Jotaro? All ideas for future videos in the description, so we all know what's to see later. Check out, since this video shows off a character that looks planetary, but is stronger, why not look at my How Strong is Kaguya video.